Welcome, everybody, to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. What's on the news today? Ubisoft trying to sell. Are you interested in buying a game developer that used to make really awesome stuff and now they're pretty much an NFT turd? Nope, neither is anybody else. Ubisoft is apparently being laughed at for proposing mergers and downright selling out to other game companies. A leaker is claiming that Ubisoft has been proposing mergers and acquisitions to various gaming companies only to get laughed at. The company responsible for Assassin's Creed and all the Tom Clancy games, they're on hard times right now. And it shows. Their stock prices have plummeted due to the cancellation and delays of various games. 3 unannounced games were canceled. And Skull and Bones was delayed again. Who was shocked by that one? Not I. And people like Pat, who were just dying to, man the mizzen bow or being left on land here. According to Jeff Grubb, Ubisoft has been attempting to set up the mergers or just a outright acquisition for a while. Claims a publisher is simply too unwieldy and is its biggest strength was its global distributed game development structure. And now they don't develop or put anything out. And it sucks. Ubisoft has really gone downhill. They used to be a developer that we all saw that name on and we thought, well, this has got to be good. So let's see what Pat thinks about Ubisoft trying to sell out. And nobody wants it.
Ubisoft is the expired flavor of the month, right?
Yep.
Ubisoft always seems to be in the news in the most recent times and on nothing good, unfortunately. They just came out and postponed Skull and Bones for the 6th time. I really thought that game was going to get canceled. And then when they were like, oh, it's out, it's about ready. I think that game's been revamped like at least 2 times, maybe 3. They've changed the kind of where they're going. It just seems so weird. And then we had rumors that it wasn't rumors. They said they canceled 3 unannounced games. And then there was a rumor that came out and said they actually canceled 6. And they're just, and I'm like, so what are they working on? Their last Mario plus Rabbids game did pretty horrible, but I don't know very many people who play that. I didn't get it. I didn't buy it. I didn't play it. Wasn't interesting to me. So I just feel that Ubisoft's making the wrong moves. They've been stuck in a singular franchise type system for so long. And yes, their distributed environment did help them. But now they're trying to centralize everything, and it's just ruining what made them good. They had their different studios that were building specific games, but Ubisoft got to the point to where they were so afraid to make something new because it just wasn't working for them. And then when they try to make something new, it went to shit. They just basically everything. It seems like everything Ubisoft touches anymore becomes shit. Unfortunately, I mean. I used to love the Assassin's Creed game. I stopped playing them when they became like all more of the same games until Odyssey came out. And I really loved Odyssey, but Odyssey was a slog because of all the side crap in it and everything. But the main storyline and some of the side stuff in Odyssey it was amazing. I loved it. Even got to DLC, which I'm not a very big DLC person, but I'm not looking forward to more Assassin's Creed unless they somehow, I don't know, improve upon the formula and get rid of all the side garbage, but Ubisoft is just, they're circling, unfortunately, failed NFT transaction, failed to do NFT startups, too broad of a vision in that NFT thing hurt them. I mean, NFT is a bad idea in the first place, but their vision for NFTs was massive, like carry your NFT items with you from game to game to game. That sounds like a development nightmare to me. But they tried to pull it off, and now it's pretty much, I pretty think it's dead, right? I mean, their Quartz whole thing, I mean, it's still around, but they even have anything going on with it. And then I remember in one of the last Tom Clancy games, they asked Ubisoft to remove the Tom Clancy name from it. That's how embarrassed they are to have their, so, Ubisoft is just in trouble all the time anymore. It seems like they can't do anything right. And I think it's leadership, because right now, what are we talking about this year? They're trying to get Skull and Bones going, and they're trying to get that Avatar Frontiers of Pandora game or whatever. And an Assassin's Creed game, Mirage, I think, is the next one up in line. They're trying to get those 3 games off the ground. Plus, they were developing some other stuff they didn't tell us anything about, but rumors were probably circulating about some of this stuff. But what are they going to get? I think there's even talks of a Prince of Persia they're trying to put out too. So Ubisoft has some great titles that people would look forward to. It's just they can't get anything across the finish line anymore. And they put all their hopes and dreams on Mario plus Rabbids, and what they expect was going to happen. They're like, because that was one of their big titles or big snafus late last year, was that it underperformed during the holiday season. What did you expect it to be? Did you expect it to be this multi-billion-billion-dollar game, like AAA type game that people just got to play? Because it wasn't even on my radar what it was. And I know plenty of other people who are like, it wasn't on my radar. So canceling at least 3, but where I'm hearing 6 games is what I'm hearing, so, there was some people are saying there was the VR Splinter Cell game. Well, it was canceled earlier, right? The VR Splinter Cell that they talked about, and Ghost Recon Frontline, which there's no skin off my back for canceling that crap, turd. So, but, so that leaves Ubisoft just polishing the Skull and Bones game that we hope is not a turd, I don't know, man. And then, they're worried about mobile games, mobile Rainbow Six Siege. Just freaking move on, guys. I don't know. Now I'm just complaining about them more than anything, but I do think they're in trouble. I do. And I don't think anybody wants to buy them because they're so disheveled right now, but that's just my opinion. What about you, Shane, man? What do you think about them trying to sell themselves for a sack of rice and then the games that they have left that they're developing?
It saddens me greatly. I mean, for 10 years, people have been, saying, Ubisoft, you've been, what are you doing? You're doing X, Y, and Z, and it's not working. And you continue to do X, Y, Z. It's what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. That's exactly what Ubisoft has been doing. The only thing they've done differently in the last 10 years is when they released Rainbow Six Siege. And that has been probably the one thing that's kept them afloat because it's a moneymaker. I mean, it's massive. There's hardly any Ubisoft games out there that compete for as sales as Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not a big fan of it, but I understand the appeal. It's because I'm not into that PvP part of it. But we've all played the hell out of just mercenaries or not mercenaries, terrorist hunt and stuff like that on there. Against the AI, we've had any great times with it. But can't say that about any of the other games. Phoenix Rising or Rising Phoenix, or whatever the heck it was, a Greek mythology game that came out. That was a fun little game. We reviewed it. I really enjoyed it. Our old friend Russ really enjoyed it. Pat, you liked it to a point, but that was about as innovative as innovative they have gotten in a long time. And that was basically Assassin's Creed Light, far as the world goes. And it just had better action to it, in my opinion. Ubisoft trying to sell is probably trying to sell it really high. They're probably trying to merge unfairly because they still believe they have more clout than they really do. 10 years ago, I saw Ubisoft on the title, didn't give a crap. I'm gonna buy it. What's it about? Don't know. I'm gonna buy it. It's Ubisoft. Boom, Ubisoft. I want that. Got Tom Clancy on it. Boom, I'm buying it. Doesn't matter. Tom Clancy. It's Ubisoft. I got this. Now when I see Ubisoft titles, like, ooh, let me get a stick first and just kind of poke at it and see what happens. I mean, I don't want to touch their games now. I mean, burnt the crap out of us. What was the Ghost Recon Wetlands that we played? Uh, that was fun for us, but it was not a fun game. It was fun for us because we drove Lamborghinis up and down mountains all day and seeing how we could screw others by leaving them in a chopper that's crashing. That was the game for us. It wasn't the game itself. So
Right, and we bought Breakpoint, and I don't even think we put a weekend into that damn thing. It
I
was
don't
such a
even
waste
think
of
we
money.
got a day out of it. Yeah,
I don't think
it
so
was,
either.
and we were
Bad.
hoping it would rekindle the least of fun that the four of us had from Wetlands, and it didn't. Not even close. It's Ubisoft. If they want to keep that company alive, what they need to do is they need to fire leadership who brings up the words NFT, fire leadership who brings up the words mobile, fire the leadership that brings up open world, because not everything needs to be open. And that was what they've been doing the last 10 years. Everything's open world. Everything. Ghost Recon, open world. No, Ghost Recon shouldn't be open world. Rainbow Six shouldn't be open world. None of that should be. Those two Tom Clancy games are tactical shooters. They're not these big open world games, and it's not supposed to be. Mr. Clancy, if he's still alive, he should go over there and kick Yves Gilmo, or how you pronounce his name, right in the sack because of what they've been doing over there. It saddens me to see them doing this, but I wouldn't buy them if I was Sony, Microsoft, whatever. I wouldn't buy them because they're asking for a lot of money. They'll get to a point where they're going to get desperate and say, "Look, I will sell you Sam Fisher and 2 rabbits for a horse." That's how broke they're going to get.
And for any confusion that may be coming about, we have an inside running joke of Wetlands. It's Wildlands, but we call it Wetlands just because of an inside joke that we run around. But it's because that's what I started calling it, was Wetlands, and then they made fun of me, so it's Wetlands now instead of Wildlands.
You couldn't get the name right, and that's what we stuck with.
For the life of me, I could not. But this is Ubisoft canceling all these games has just hurt them. I mean, year to date, Ubisoft has lost 21% off their stock, for year to date. Now, when they made their announcement, just what, I don't even think it was a month ago, they lost 20% of their stock. Their stock went down 20% when they made this announcement, so I think it was started out at the year like $5.87 a share and went all the way down to like $4.39 or something like that. I think it's gained like probably 10 cents a share back. But I mean, investors aren't even confident in this company anymore. So everybody's running away. So why would anybody in their right mind want to buy this? I mean, maybe $2, we'll give you it for 50% off stock price, right? We'll give you $2 a share, or because as cheap as it is right now, and I guarantee you Ubisoft's probably carrying a lot of debt right now. It's not a place anybody wants to buy, and they're not in a position anybody wants to buy them. They don't have oodles of cash lying around or anything like that for buyout potentials and things like that. So nobody wants to touch them with a 10-foot pole, I would imagine, right now, while they're struggling really, really bad. But I mean, that's just me. They just need to figure out what they're going to do, because I think they got two like Assassin's Creed games in the mix that they're trying to do, right? Don't they have Mirage? I mean, there's 4. I only know of Mirage and like Code Red or whatever they're calling that one that's in development. The Japanese one.
4. There was like a weird Japanese one. There is Mirage. There is God, I can't remember. There was 2 other ones, and I'm positive there was.
I remember Red, which is supposed to be set in like Japanese times, or or ancient Japanese times, or whatever. Kind of like, I'm thinking it's going to be like a Tsushima. They're like wanting to rekindle some of that money.
Yeah, they and one thing I will give them, apparently, and this is just reports and rumors and whatever. Mirage is supposed to go back to the more traditional Assassin's Creed. We're talking Assassin's Creed 2, 3, that era. It's more streamlined, it's focused, it's smaller. That's what I want. I want to go back to 2, which was my personal favorite. Black Flag was good. Don't get me wrong. but 2 is still my favorite. I think it was a perfect Assassin's Creed. I mean, from story
Yeah,
to
but we've
gameplay.
done that already, right? We don't need that again.
No, I'm not saying give me the same game. I'm saying give me that focus and that size and those amount of hours to play it. I don't want to have to find all the 50,000 flowers in a game. You didn't do that on that one. I mean, about the only thing you fought to do was find all the towers. You know, that was about the biggest thing you had to do. That's what I want. I want focused. I want streamlined. Um, and I think if they really want to fix themselves, they need to do the same thing with development. They need to focus, pick 3 games, actually focus on them. Don't worry about the next 5th, 6th, 7th game from the Assassin's Creed, trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever the hell they call it. Just get the first one done. Get the one you're working on right now, figured out and done. I think they put too much on themselves as well. I think if they would just focus, they would be fine. And then maybe somebody would buy them. Maybe they would make somebody happy and they would get bought.
If that's what they want, to get bought, I guess, I don't know.
I think they would rather just merge with somebody than be bought out entirely because, I mean, Ubisoft has been owned, at least ran by the same people for a long time. And I don't think they want to see that go. But the problem is those are the same people are running into the ground. So if they merge with somebody, I'm pretty sure they're going to be like, all right, we will merge with you, but you and you and you have got to get on your way. I think that's about the only way a merger will happen because they've seen how it's ran. So why would you buy something and let the same, morons run it? You're not going to do that.
The same old stick is not working. You need to change it up, people.
Yep.
So
new sticks.
Yep. New sticks, new something. So, I mean, they're losing money. I mean, there's not like they're dying. I mean, we maybe make it sound like doom and gloom, but I mean, they're still, I think they made like $2 billion in revenue last year, some crap like that. So they're still making freaking money. I mean, but
98% of that was one game though. Just imagine if they put that focus into another game, they could double their amount.
I mean, let's just think about it. Some of their bigger hits are like Anno, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and the Just Dance stuff. I hate to say that.
Just Dance underperformed as well last year.
Yeah. And the Rabbids games and the Watch Dogs. And as Shane said, the Tom Clancy stuff, So they've got a good library of games. It's just they seem to be having trouble finding their place in today's day and age. Like the whole NFT blowing up in their face, and they're still pumping money into that, I think, because Quartz, I think, is still a thing. I just don't know if they're actually doing any active development on it. I hope not, but we'll see.
No, they just need to look at what got them where they're at and concentrate back on their roots. They need to just be Ubisoft again. Take Tom Clancy, make a good Tom Clancy game, and get rid of all the extra BS. So, you got anything else on this before you get a bad case of rabbits? All right. Well, thanks for getting all the way to the end. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit those notifications. But most importantly, let us know what you think. Give us your feedback. We want to know what's your thought on Ubisoft, what's your thought on their recent selection of games. What do you think they need to do to make somebody happy to put a ring on it and get bought? What is it they need to do? But thank you very much for paying attention to us. Another episode, and we will catch you next time. See ya.